Sup guys, well I did a little overclocking on the 960T X4. Unfortunately it would not unlock to a 6 core or a 5 core. I tried. It wouldn't even post. No matter what voltage I put the CPU up to, no matter what I changed, it would not even post. So unfortunately no 6 core for free for me or the client. But that's okay. I did a little bit of overclocking and I got it up to 3.6 gigahertz while leaving most of the power saving features on, because this isn't my computer. I'm not going to, crank it up to 1.5 volts and do 4 gigahertz or anything like that. This thing still needs to last for quite a while. And there's definitely a little problem with the core temp readings here. It says that it's 17 degrees Celsius when it's 22 in my room. So somehow it's doing negative temperature. It's somehow colder than it is in my room? Yeah, okay. Whatever you say, AMD. And then I have no idea what this auxiliary thing is, but it's 2 degrees Celsius, so go whatever. CPU temps are 34 degrees. That's okay. I was hoping for a little better temps, but my room is kind of hot. And then as for the video card, it seems to idle at about 44 degrees. Haven't done any overclocking to it yet, but I'm going to do that now, and then we're going to run some benchmarks. But before we overclock it, let's just take a look at all the stock clocks. So we have 1000 megahertz on the memory and 775 on the GPU. So let's see what we can do with the video card without going too nuts. So it was a very short overclocking adventure. I could only get the bar to go to 850 on Afterburner. Didn't mess with the memory at all, because from what I read it doesn't really overclock that well on this particular card, so I'm not going to bother. But let's run some benchmarks and see, because 850 seems fine from going from 770 to 850. I wanted to get to 9, but it's not my computer anyway, so I think that's a pretty safe overclock. I just have to keep an eye on the temps and increase the fan speed more. I put it at 45 because it seemed like a good balance between cooling and sound. So let's run some of the benchmarks that I like to run and see how this computer stacks up. So in heaven it got 31 frames a second with a score of 782. And then there's just a quick overview of the settings. I just opened up it and ran it. Didn't change anything. Alright, well, the first test we're going to run is W prime. I'm just going to run the 32 megabyte thing here, and let's see how it does. View scores. And we can get our magnifier out. And there we go. That seems alright. Nothing special by any means, but it's pretty good. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next test. Alright, next is a program called Cinebench. I'm just going to run both of those tests, and then I will turn the camera back on as soon as it's finished. Well, in the OpenGL part, it beat out my 9800 GT. Big surprise there, huh? And the CPU got 4.14, and that's alright. Again, nothing special. Nowhere close to what my 2500K can do, but those two processors are in completely different leagues, so it's stupid to compare them. So, alright, let's move on to some 3D marks. Well, it got 18,387 3D marks in 06. That's even faster than my computer just because of the video card. Though if my computer had the 6950 that it used to have, I got 32,000. But that's neither here nor there. So it got 13,687 for 3D Mark Vantage. There's the GPU score. And there is the CPU score. And then there is the miscellaneous scores. And for 3D Mark 11, it got 3,792 3D marks. That's not too shabby for a budget video card and everything. So, the whole point of this is, can it play games? Well, let's find out. I have it set to high at 1920 by 1200. This is all what it defaulted to when it detected the graphics card. If we go into the advanced, we see all of that. All of it's exactly as it was, so let's just say OK. And then we'll play. And then I'll turn the camera on as soon as I'm in game. Alright, well, we're in Skyrim right now. I'm at the very beginning of the game. Oh, that's cool. Yep, I almost forgot about that. Oh yeah, this looks a lot better than it did when I played. Yeah, we know. Alright, dude, let's get going. Of course, the phone has to go off when I'm trying to make my video. I really need to learn to silence that thing. Alright, last time I went that way, so this time I'll go this way. And as you can see, it runs just fine. Sweet. Nope, he doesn't need any of that. He all dead and stuff. Much better. Alright, well, that's about it for that. Alright, and that pretty much does it for this client build. I think the client should be quite happy with this. And if they ever want more graphics power, we can always just add another graphics card later on down the road. And we can upgrade the processor later down the road. That's why I went with a 990 chipset. So, hope you guys enjoy these videos. And until the next vid, peace out, guys.